Ladies and gentlemen, my intention tonight was to do a video recording of a Season 11 Summit Arena recap for you, but I don't know what's going on. This is something that I have not seen before, and I double-checked on my phone. I double-checked on all my accounts. For some reason, it will not let me replay the fights anymore. No clue. I don't know what. I've never seen that where it says what the video version is too low to play. Weird. Like if I just go to, and these are old. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. There's got to be a fight where somebody beat me. There we go. Can I play that? Yeah. Like, see, I can play these. Like, it's not like I can't play some videos. It's just for some reason Summit Arena. I don't know if it's because the Summit Arena has concluded and it is not saving those fights. But this was only yesterday. All right. So what we're gonna do instead is I'm just gonna kind of walk you through a recap. So this is gonna be really quick because there was some really intense fights, namely me versus Volcano. So. Once again, I did make it to Summit. Usually I always make it to Summit. I couldn't tell you the last time I didn't. Usually I end up top 8, top 4. But I made it to the finals versus my arch nemesis, Mad Trooper. Good guy though. It's just I say arch nemesis because it seems like we always meet each other in the semifinals. And then, as you can see, I won Season 9 by fighting him and beating him. And then he won Season 10. And then he won Season 11 where we were actually matched up together in the finals, which is the first time it's ever happened, which is kind of cool. It was kind of actually cool to see because, yeah, it's like we made this slow progression, him from the top left, me from the bottom right, towards the inevitable confrontation. But we can't show you those fights either, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to have to walk you through these because, yeah, Summit Arena is not letting you re-watch fights for some reason. So this one against Rev Elrin, I don't know how you want to pronounce that. Straight up, my assassins beat his summoners. Assassins, if they have Korra and Motoko, I don't care. 90% of the time, 95% of the time, even maxed out summoners aren't beating it, right? Motoko on the team was what made it so that summoners could no longer beat assassins. So won that one. And then I was running this one this season. I ran all 3 of these teams throughout the entirety of this season, other than the final last 2 matches of Summit. I like this one with Purin and Miranda, but really this team, it's really... I can't even click on my hero, which is stupid. But my Ares, I took him to Immortal 5 with when I made it to the Summit rounds, just to try to have that weapon in my arsenal. These beat summoners quite handily, and you see it even beat his energy, even though he is running the double. This is a decent energy team that he's running. Like, it is double support. It has got Purin and Miranda's Immortal 5, so it's a good team. It's an almost maxed Jaina, but he does have Care only at Lego 2, so I don't know if that's going to factor into the fight much because we can't watch it. So the Vanguards did beat his summoners, which I think they should, right? Although I know Care, a maxed out Care or an Immortal Hyper Evolved Care X30 should be able to stop Ares since he's a charge machine. And then I was running this tank team this season, and this tank team beat this. There was no Korra on his assassin team as such. You know, tanks are just going to do what tanks do. They tend to beat that, 9 times out of 10. So that was Rev Elin. We did a clean sweep 3-0. So good game. Elrin, I should say Elrin. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Erlin. It's Elrin or Ailrin. Needless to say, it is a little bit of a tongue twister. GG for you. That was round 16 or top 16. So now we went to top 8. And Rev 8 or Rev Nate or Nightcrawler, I think this is. He's no slouch. No slouch. So what I did was, since the top 16 and the top 8 match Can I play these? No. Damn it. The top 16, the top 8, I can hide my bottom 2 teams, and I can leave my top teams showing. What I did was I let this lineup ride, right? So this lineup, I left my assassins, vanguards, and tanks. Just let it sit there so that he could kind of go off of me. And let's see, did he have summoners up top? Rev 8? No, he had tanks up top. So he did switch. So when I left my assassins up top, what he did is, I noticed what he did is he moved his summoners up top. Because this is an almost maxed out summoner team. Except, you know, it is Sif Immortal 2, not Immortal 5. But pretty much maxed out. So what he was going for was that 1 time out of 10 when the summoners can actually beat a Korra assassin team. And then, you know, cheekily, in the last 20 seconds before lock, because there's a 15-minute window between lock and when the match goes on. 20 seconds before lock, since I saw he still had his summoners up here, I flipped my Vanguard up to the top, because my Vanguards is a pretty much 100% counter to even a maxed out summoner team, right? Ares, if you get Ares up to Immortal 5 built right, can solo a lot of teams. A lot of teams. So as such, my Vanguards clearly easily beat his summoners. And then I knew it was going to be like a crapshoot, because you see he does have a maxed out Korra as well. But he doesn't have the Motoko team. I don't know why Motoko is not in here. Motoko is an undeniably better on a team versus Rickert. So, you know, everybody's hyper evolved on his side except for Rez. So I knew I knew it was going to be tanks and assassins for him, and depending on how it paired up, it'd either be a mirror match, so it would be my tanks versus his tanks, and my assassins versus his assassins. In that case, I was confident that my assassins would win, given that I run Motoko. But tanks, he has the edge, because if you see he's got a Immortal 5 Wamagon, and in a mirror match, usually that is the deciding factor versus anything else. Immortal 5 Panda, Immortal 5 Zeta, but I also have an Immortal 5 Panda. I now have an Immortal 5 Zeta. I got her recently. But I only have an Immortal 2 Wami, so even if our tanks matched up, he would probably win on the tank front, but my assassins, I was confident that I could beat his assassins. So 50-50, well, 100% chance, because this was 100% chance at least one of my teams winning, regardless of how it matched up. So I won this one. Wasn't a clean sweep. It was 2-1 against another Revolution member, Nightcrawler. I think it's Nate here, but I think in our Discord it's Nightcrawler, or Nate Crawler, N8 Crawler, I think. So GG, Nightcrawler. Sadly, very, very sadly, there was only, 3 Rev members down here and then 1 up here. And the rest is all Invictus, Mad. There's some CLS here. I remember when my brackets was all Revolution members, but those whales have dropped off. They have dropped off. So it's just me, Elrin, Nate, and Beardy showing. Then we moved on to Volcano. So I think Volcano is also in Invictus. Yeah, Invictus 2. And Volcano is as like Kiger likes to say, he's a big blubbery sea creature. He's got it all. So these are his teams. We might as well just go look. Here's his teams, and you got to remember in the top 4, the top and the top 2, you don't see any teams. So I just had to guess. Now, I was kind of going off of what he did up here. So in round 1, he had Vanguards, Assassins, Hunters, and he was running a maxed out Cariolis, other than just being a few summit level short. A maxed out Cariolis on his Hunter team. Okay. Can I click on any of these? I can't even click on any of these. He was running so he was running Vanguards, Assassins, Hunter. And then in this fight, he was Vanguards. Oh wait, he's over here. Vanguards, Assassins, Hunters. So I kind of judged based on the fact that he hadn't ever switched up teams in the first 2 matches, or in between the second match and the first match. I was kind of banking on the fact that he wasn't going to switch up the teams for our match. So Vanguards, what was it? Vanguards, Assassins, Tanks? Yeah, Vanguards, Assassins, Hunters. Sorry, Vanguards, Assassins, Hunters. This is where I switched it up. So, since it was Vanguards up top, I put my tanks, but you see, I put a Cariolis on the tank team. Because, you know, he does have a maxed out Ares, and a maxed out Ares can beat a tank team. It can. I've seen it happen quite a few times. But when I put Cariolis on the tank team, it basically shuts Ares down. It shuts him down, and he just kind of like slowly moves into a wall of death and dies against the tanks. So based on the fact that I thought he was going to keep his lineup exactly the same, which he did, I threw my tanks up top, and then I put my Vanguards in the middle because I wasn't confident my Vanguards were going to beat his Hunters, given the fact that he has Care down here. And I wasn't confident in the fact that my Vanguards were going to beat his Assassins. So what I made sure happened is I made sure that my Assassins were at the bottom to take on his Hunter team. So I was hoping for a win up top, my tanks with carry versus his Vanguards, and a win on the bottom, my Assassins versus his Hunter carry team. And he's got Wami, and that's an Immortal 5 Wami. He's got Wami up front too, so this was no slouch of a Hunter team. But a Korra Assassin team is going to eat this team for lunch any day. So I was hoping for 2 out of 3, but I got 3 out of 3. Now, I really wish I could show you this fight, and this fight up here too, but I really wish I could have shown you this fight. Because it came down to, and yeah, this is a Vanguard team beating almost maxed out Korra Assassin team. I was really, really hyped. It came down to basically the Assassins killed off my other 4 heroes almost immediately, and it was just left to Ares, and Ares soloed the entire team. And I thought that was good, but then, you know, Volcano, if you're watching this, I saw how you have your Assassins geared. You got them geared kind of weird, bud. You gotta tweak a little bit. You got your Korra in a fade out set, which fully tempered, I've heard good things, but partially tempered, that's not ideal. That's not ideal for a Korra. And then I saw on your Motoko, you had a broken Marauder set. You had a 2-piece Marauder, 2-piece Signet, 2-piece Overload. Don't know what you're doing there. And then I saw that on your Motoko was an attack glove, and Dom was also an attack glove. So your gearing was a little weird. I would not have beat that team with my Ares had it been probably geared as it should be. So just pointing this out, you know, GG, sir. Love you, sir. You're on my friends list. You're a good dude. But I just thought that was really, really weird. I thought I was all high and mighty on my Ares until I started digging into your teams and saw there was some weird things going with gearing. Teams are beautiful. Teams are absolutely beautiful. But the gearing was the gearing knocked him down a little bit. So that was clean sweep of my buddy Volcano, GG Volcano. And then it was on to the finals. It was on to the finals versus Mad Trooper, my arch nemesis for Summit Arena. Now, let's look at what Mad did up top. Mad is, he is tip of the spear when it comes to PvP and very, very knowledgeable. You see maxed out Motoko, maxed out Sif, maxed out Wami. He's got a lot of investment into his account, but so do I. So he was running tanks, and he's running Tachi with his tanks, which I think I do as well. And that is better than Zeta. It is a better Zeta. So tanks, assassins, summoners was what he was running there. And then here he was running assassins, tank, summoners. So he switched it up. And then for this guy, he went assassins, tanks, and summoners again. This Vanguard team did not beat this. This is really weird. Ares and Rebecca, that's an odd pairing. And then this is just a typical tank team. I've heard some people like Purin on here. I think tanks are going to tank. I don't think they need Purin. If this tank team had just had Rez on here, it still would have ate that summoner team. So Very, very cool. I'm jealous of your Motoko, but you see that Mad definitely switches up his lineups to face his opponent. And then it's RNG. I can't see any of his teams. I knew that he was going to switch it up. I switched it up. So then it was just, flip a coin. Who's going to win? And here's how it went down. So I had Tachi in mind. I did take Tachi to X30 just for this fight. But sadly, what I was hoping was going to happen, that I was hoping that my Vanguards would line up with his Summoners, and either my Assassins would line up with his tanks, or my tanks would line up with his tanks, since I put Care in here with Tachi, which would shut down his throw and give me a chance to win. Although, Immortal 5 Wamagon still causes problems. But, it was luck of the draw how we lined up. And, yeah, my Assassins beat his Summoners as they should. Because, again, almost maxed out Summoner team. But this is a Motoko Korra team. So, these Assassins did what they did. But his tanks matched up with my Vanguards. As such, tanks are probably going to win that one. And then his Assassins matched up with my tanks. And that's always going to win that one. So, I lost 1-2 to my nemesis, Mad Trooper. But GG Trooper. I really wish I could show you guys some of these fights, but sadly, I don't know what's going on with the game. The fact that they don't let us anymore. This is my streaming account. This is me watching my main. I even checked on my phone to see if I could watch my accounts on my own account, or watch my fights on my own account that I fought them on, and I still can't there either. I don't know what the deal is, so I'm lesson learned. For season 12, I'm gonna have to record the fights immediately after the fights have concluded, because I was able to watch these while it was live, but not now that it's finished. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is season 11 for Summon Arena for Eternal Evolution. Again, sorry for the little bit of a screw up. I blame the game, not me. We should be able to watch those fights as long as we can. Real quick, so I even voted on him on my main account, which I find hilarious. Hall of Glory, you'll see. Mad Trooper won this one. Oh, look at that. Give me some diamonds. Cool. I got second place there. In Season 9, I got fourth. Oh, give me some more diamonds there. Season 8 was the one I won it. R.I.P. Zerax, you are missed. Mad Trooper got fourth. I think... Who beat him? It was... No, I beat him in this one. So this is the one season where I actually beat Mad Trooper. And then I didn't make the top 4 on Season 7. There I am, top 4 Season 6. Didn't make it there. Didn't make it there. Made top 4 there. So I've had a good run in Summon Arena. I enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it. I actually enjoy Summon Arena somewhat more than Hell Arena, because it's a straight up fight with no weird game mechanics going on. But they do. I would, devs, if you're watching this, make Summon Arena better. In my opinion, given the fact that it's so exclusive, make it, one suggestion, make it top 32. Make the summit bracket bigger so that more people can make it. Well, double the people. So because basically you got to double it. You got to go 32 entries. Make it 32 people and have the rewards the same. Get a Gene Hybrid, because the rewards are kind of crap until you make it to the top 16. Like group stage rewards, yeah, top 2. Red runes is probably the best part, but nobody needs these anymore. This is almost worthless. That just turns into bright dismissal coins. These are okay because you can buy, tempering materials out of the store now. But for the most part, the only rewards that matter are the top 16. And I think we should be able to, more people should be able to get these. So it should be an easy enough tweak, just a little visual UI tweak, and make it top 32. But make it like Hell Arena and like the normal group stage, where you can actually set your defense and then you can mix and match to fight. Why? And then also make it so that in the case where, say, I win 3 and he wins 3, that it's down to time completed. That, in my opinion, would make Summon Arena far better, because then it's a true match of skill. This RNG nature is, let's just be honest, it's a little bit of bull crap. But if I could have mixed and matched, then I would have went, what I would have done? I would have went my Vanguards versus Troopers, Summoners. I would have done my tanks versus his tanks. And then since he's running Rick and I'm running Helen, I might have run my Assassins versus his Assassins. I might have straight up mirror matched it except for Vanguard. Or I would have went the easy way and I would have went Assassins into tanks, Vanguard into Summoners, and then my tanks into his. This one still would have lost. And then he would have done the same, and he either would have 3-0'd me or he would have beat me in less time. So that little, just with those little tweaks, you've made Summon Arena 4 times as good. 4 times as good, because the RNG nature is bull. The RNG nature is actually bull. Now, I understand that I understand that to prevent cheating in the Summit Arena, make it so that before each match... Now, how do we do this? Now, how do we prevent cheating? Make it so you can't change your defenses. Maybe make it so your defenses are locked in at the beginning of the Summit round, and then you can't change them. Right? So that way it's your best versus my best, your best offense versus my best defense, and then vice versa. Because if we allow it so that people can just switch out the defensive teams and then you can mix and match, that opens up an avenue for manipulation. But if we make it so your defense is locked in before the top 32 start, then it's just best versus best. You can't change that. I guess the only way you could throw it is if you intentionally, intentionally put bad teams in. But maybe lock. I don't want to say lock offense too, because some people like to bring energy in to beat summoners. Just lock the defense, because if you can't switch that, I guess if someone wants to throw their own fight, fine. If they want to take in bad matches, fine. But at least this way they won't be able to cheese their defense. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap that one up right there. Again, sorry for not having actual gameplay footage. EE, what's with this? What's with this? Why can't I do this? Fix this. Fix this, please. This is dumb. Sorry I don't have real footage. Hopefully you learned something from this. Tell me what you think down below. What do you think of my recommendations for Summon Arena? What do you think of Summon Arena in general? Again, my Summon Arena videos get like 400 views, which is like a third to a quarter of my normal views, because people just don't care about PvP. Or at least the majority of people don't care about PvP, and that's fine. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers, peace, bye-bye.